Shalom, Kahalo Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Makafakash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth, and shalom and salutations to all the brothers up the word, in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, the name of this lesson is going to be Whether or Not in California. All right, so we're going to start right here, 2 Peter, because they're talking about flooding. And this devil, he's got a weather machine, as though we don't know. Among other things, he's got blue beam, he's got all of these things, and we're about to see these things. And we have been seeing them, and now it's commonplace. What they're doing with the weather is commonplace now. What happened in Texas 2 years ago, that's the norm now. Okay? 2 Peter 2 and 5, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. All right, now we all know that a rainbow actually means that the Most High is not going to flood the world anymore. But that don't mean he can't flood your ass out. Okay? Not the whole world. That's going to be fire. But he can bring that bad weather on you. Okay? Let's see. What's this? YouTube? Let's see. This devil is good. He's going to make it impossible, of course. Yeah. Especially while it's running. Let me see. Okay, so let's just go through. I typed in California San Joaquin Valley flooded by water. Okay, so the San Joaquin Valley, right, is basically way up here, Northern California. Let's watch this real quick.
So basically, Clean My Mac is a software that you download.
Slovakia. Because only in California are they not saying anything, or very little for that matter, of it's crazy, terrible weather, right? But Michigan seems to know about it. Texas seems to. Everybody else but here, right? This is 4 years ago. It says San Joaquin River Flood Risk Management System. Now it's the Army Corps of Engineer, whatever. But they're going to show some graphs and show you some information. Okay, and the Army, hey, they could set this thing up.
This is California's Central Valley, a large flat region stretching approximately 450 miles through the center of the state.
Boom, that's what I wanted to see. Okay? Now, don't you know, first of all, they are destroying, basically bombing out food production centers. Right? We all know this. Derailing of trains, blowing up factories, and destroying chickens. Joe Biden says he's gonna immunize or vaccinate the chickens. What the hell does that mean? That means niggas ain't gonna have nothing to eat. All right? Then they're gonna eat the vaccination anyway. So this is the San Joaquin Valley, right? In the middle of all these mountain ranges. The mountain range over here where there's nothing but snow right now, and they're packing that snow. All right? And then on this side, same thing. Mountainous, high, level. Okay, but right here in the middle is the desert. Okay? This is the desert. Right? And it's also called the breadbasket of America because all your crops are grown right here. What do? They made some little rivers. They made some aqueduct, the California aqueduct, right? And they piped some water down into the desert so they can grow some food. And what are they doing to food processing plants? They're destroying. How do you destroy the breadbasket of America? Because that's what this is called. All right? Let's look at it. Let's type that in and see what comes up. Breadbasket of America. It should say the San Joaquin Valley. America's breadbasket, Kansas, California, the breadbasket of America. 3 years ago. That's pretty much it. Operation Breadbasket. Okay, so not much on video. Let's see, what is this? It's YouTube as well. Hold on. TikTok. It should be San Joaquin Valley. Right here. Breadbasket of the world. Okay. Because a bunch of crop. Maybe if I spell basket. Additionally, the San Joaquin Valley in California has also been called the breadbasket of the world. San Joaquin Valley produces the majority of the 12.8 of the United States agricultural production as measured by dollar value that comes from California. So, why was California? California used to be, okay, so things are changing. What does that mean? That means they're cutting off the food supply, is the point. All right, so anyway, how do you do that? I made a video not too long ago, okay, dealing with this. This is August 14th, 2022, and this means something to somebody that lives in California. A disastrous mega flood is coming to California. Experts say, and it could be the most expensive natural disaster in history. What? What do you mean natural disaster? Like an earthquake? Right? LA and Orange counties could be devastated by a mega flood within the century. What do you mean within the century? Many Californians fear the big one, which would be an earthquake. But it might not be what you think. It's not an earthquake, and it isn't the mega drought, right? We're supposed to be going through a drought, right? It's actually the exact opposite of mega. How? How, Sway? Right? How? Well, let's look at how. All right. Patrick Humphrey yesterday, and I heard him say something. What about in California? What about in California? Then I saw this. The UC Berkeley. You understand what the UC system is? Like Stanford. Right? What's going on at Stanford? Mind control. They got all sorts of stuff going on in these so-called universities. UC Berkeley, Central Sierra Snow what? Lab. hell? UC Berkeley is in Northern California. Why do they have a lab located northwest of Lake Tahoe? Right? "48 feet of snow this season." Huh? You got a snow lab, right, that received 48 feet. Who gets 48 feet of snow whenever they want it or need it? Listen to this real quick. We'll back it up just a hair. See what this guy's talking about. This is Patrick Humphrey. Officials give emergency warning for 103 million people. He's talking about blackouts. But he switched over to, look at this, California writes, "Help us in the snow." What's going on with the California weather right now? Right? Yeah, we get some snow, but not that much. Let's listen to a snippet.
New Times and said, we are going to implement geoengineering, specifically blocking out the sun to cool the earth. So at the same time they're doing this, they want to shut off our power.
Shut off the power. This is incremental. What happened in Texas when the power grid? Texas has its own power grid. They shut it down and they directed the jet stream down there to freeze people out. What did Jake do? They brought the Weber inside and killed themselves. They went out, turned on the car to get warm, right, and died of carbon monoxide poisoning. That's what Jake did. Okay? Listen to that again. All right? Shut down the power. When you bring in snow, unusually large amounts of snow, and then you shut down the power, you know what that's called? That's called a dark winter. They've been threatening dark winter. Dark winter is on. Right under your nose. You can't even see it.
They want to shut off our power. And look at California right now. Look at California. Go follow me on Twitter, by the way. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go do it right now. This was posted on Twitter. I'm always posting stuff on there that I can't post on YouTube. Just a little different. But you can see here that people are writing in the snow, help us in California. Because look at this, 48 feet of snow. 48 feet of snow is being recorded in California right now. All over the country, snow records are being broken. And I see constant, every single day, they will not allow a sunny day to break through. I can wake up, there's blue skies, it's sunny. And by midday, they have completely sprayed the skies. I see them doing it. And the sun is blocked out and it's cold. And now it's cold. All right? They can implement this agenda at any moment. And they could do this in the middle of summer. Wipe out crops. They could hit our food supply with crazy winter storms in the middle of summer. Because plants cannot handle freezing temperatures. Most plants cannot. They are very susceptible to freezing temperatures. And they will essentially just crumble in freezing temperatures. It ruins their cell structure. And it ruins a lot of plants, kills a lot of plants. And we could easily see these winter storms being implemented even in the middle of summer. 48 feet in California. I thought there was a massive drought. And doesn't seem like it. Seems like they've been geoengineering like crazy. They definitely have been here in northern Colorado constantly.
Okay, let's stop that right there. Now let's go back to this. A disastrous mega flood is coming to California. Look at this. This is CNN, experts say. And it could be the most expensive natural disaster in history. And then what they do is they divert you and say,
try this delicious blood sugar cocktail tonight to reverse high blood sugar while you sleep. Most people continue to take blood sugar medications because they've been brainwashed.
Slovakia. Okay, they divert and they say, what does it say? Already doubled the chances, it says. It says it could happen this century. Where's that? It could happen this century. What do you mean? All right. In the next 4 decades. Says a new study by Science Advances shows climate change has already doubled the chances of a disastrous flood happening in California in the next 4 decades. What do you mean? What's going on now today? How could they flood the entire San Joaquin Valley? Okay, how? It's lucky. This is bad. I don't want that. They're gonna play when I don't want it to. Okay. Bear with me. Let's see. Climate change. Bread basket. Okay. Let's look at this. All right. This guy. What does this say? The UC Berkeley Central Sierra Snow Lab. That caught my attention. So what did I do? I looked it up. Let's watch this. Okay, so this is Berkeley Snow Lab's critical climate change mission. What? What is that? 11 months ago. They've been planning for how do you flood the San Joaquin Valley? Listen to what this guy says. See the beautiful music and the serene. They got a helicopter shot coming down. Oh, it's so beautiful. But the nefariousness of it, we're going to point it out. Gentle music.
The Snow Lab is located here on Donner Summit, which is about...
Where is Donner Summit? What is the Donner Pass? What is the Donner Party? It's about cannibalism. Anyway, look it up.
The Snow Lab is located here on Donner Summit, which is about 3 hours from the Bay Area.
3 hours from Berkeley. What are they doing?
In addition to working here, I live here at the lab with my wife Megan and our 2 dogs. This lab was part of 3 labs initially built to study snow science in the Western US. And so a lot of what we're doing here on site today is maintaining those past records that can give us a good idea of climate variability and how the climate is changing, as well as new research projects that we're embarking on to better understand our water resources. Our research site is just out in the back of the lab, which is terrific. You know, I walk out the front door, and within 20 to 50 yards, that's where all of our instrumentation is, from a whole host of different projects.
Now, Esau makes things like HARP to control the weather. Esau's, what he's doing right here, he's introducing you to something. Say, hey, we showed you everything we're doing. Making it look benevolent. Oh, we're doing something for the people. No, devil. No. We can see your plans. What are your plans? A disastrous mega flood is coming to California, experts say. And it could be the most expensive natural disaster. How is it a natural disaster if you're up here creating a mega flood? Let me finish.
The instrument is a present weather sensor, and this tells us the difference between snowfall or rain as it's falling. You can identify that. What it does is from one side, it actually emits some infrared light. The other side captures that, and it can tell what shape it is and give us an indication of whether it's rain or snow falling. We have an increasing amount of rain on snow events here, and those can cause flooding and fast melt of the snowpack.
What? That can cause what? Suddenly, the weather has changed up, and it's creating these situations, right? and it can cause flooding or fast melting snow, which would do what? A disastrous mega flood is coming to California. Not might come. Okay? You put these things together. What did this dude just say? And it can tell what shape it is, and we're melting snow fast enough to flood the whole Central Valley.
And give us an indication of whether it's rain or snow falling. We have an increasing amount of rain on snow events here,
So,
and those can cause flooding and fast melt of the snowpack. And so it makes it a little bit hard to manage our water resources.
yeah, especially when you're trying to flood out the Central Valley. Now, 48 feet of snow this season out of nowhere. This is a couple of days. This is yesterday. What'd you say you could do with that snow? You could melt it real fast, right? You can actually catch people slipping and do what? Climate change. You can cause a disastrous mega flood. Isn't that what he just said? Right? Let's listen to this guy one more time. We'll go ahead and close it. I'm just saying, hey, keep your eyes open. Listen to what this guy says. He's saying the same thing I'm saying, right? But I'm showing you how they could do this. All they got to do is make it rain, right? Direct the jet stream down here, make it real cold, cause crazy snow, and then melt it. What does this guy say? Gas stove. Listen to what he says. And I just stumbled across this. I did this video already, but here we are in it. It's supposed to be spring. So a week until spring.
Blocking out the sun to cool the earth. So at the same time they're doing this, they want to shut off our power. And look at California right now. Look at California. Go follow me on Twitter, by the way. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go do it right now. This was posted on Twitter. I'm always posting stuff on there that I can't post on YouTube. Just a little different. But you can see here that people are writing in the snow, help us in California. Because look at this, 48 feet of snow. 48 feet of snow is being recorded in California right now. All over the country, snow records are being broken. And I see constant, every single day, they will not allow a sunny day to break through. I can wake up, there's blue skies, it's sunny. And by midday, they have completely sprayed the skies. I see them doing it. And the sun is blocked out and it's cold. And now it's cold. Alright? They can implement this agenda at any moment. And they could do this in the middle of summer. Wipe out crops. They could hit our food supply with crazy winter storms in the middle of summer. Because plants cannot handle freezing temperatures. Most plants cannot. They are very susceptible to freezing temperatures. And they will essentially just crumble in freezing temperatures. It ruins their cell structure. And it ruins a lot of plants, kills a lot of plants. And we could easily see these winter storms being implemented even in the middle of summer. 48 feet in California. I thought there was a massive drought. And doesn't seem like it. Seems like they've been geoengineering like crazy. They definitely have been here in northern Colorado constant geoengineering. And this is related because power outages, you need heat. They want to ban wood stoves. They want to ban gas stoves. So all you can use, they want to put even more strain on the electricity grid. Stoves aren't very energy efficient. Even if you have a green stove, it all has all the smart stove, everything, all this BS they tell us, which is essentially just hardware to track and trace us, monitor us, put cameras on your fridge. All this stuff's real. I know this doesn't sound real, but there are people that have refrigerators with cameras on them, with screens on them, cameras, microphones, all this stuff. Right? I know.
All right, we're gonna end it right there. We're gonna end it. Let's get a couple of precepts on the way out. Okay. weather is now being used as a weapon. But ultimately, it's the Most High. Book of Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord, so lucky. Yep. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Okay? I'll stop it right there. Okay? Isaiah. Isaiah 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited, the Lord of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Okay. In 28 and 2. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hands. All right? 30 and 30. Isaiah 30 and 30. And the Lord shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall shew the lightning down of his arm, with the indignation of his anger, with the flame of devouring fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstorms. Okay. Book of Psalm. We'll end on this. Psalm 135 and 7. He causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings for the rain. He bringeth the wind out of his treasuries. All right? So ultimately, the Most High hath his way in the whirlwind, in the tempest, in the flood. All right? And he's using, right, his sword. Who is the sword? The wicked Esau. Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So how do they come up with harp and the Berkeley Snow Lab and all of that? The Most High gave it to them. Thou art wiser than Daniel. He gives them the information so that they can do his will. Just like we are the mouthpiece of the Lord, the prophets of the Most High. Lord willing, we be those men. That's how the Most High gets down. So with that, all you California brothers out here, right, preaching the Great Millstone Doctrine, you know, hey, pray that you be protected from whatever it is that they're out here trying to do. All right, so with that, we hope they elect or edify brothers and few sisters with that shalom.